Hello, everybody on YouTube, NFL YouTube prognosticators, and NFL fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back once again, giving you the top 10 Super Bowls of all time. Well, this is the final conclusion for the playoff series I'm doing. So, I'm going to try to wrap this up today, so I'll try to do that. Then after that, I got one more top 10 I'm going to be doing because I lost a bet with another one because I made two bets over the weekend. One of them was Billy B, and because the loser of that one has to wear the opposing team's hat for their Super Bowl pick, which I lost a bet on that, so stay tuned for that. So, but still, check out Billy B. He's a really good prognosticator, but he's not my shout out. I gave him a few weeks ago for that, but still check his videos out. He's a really good prognosticator. And not only that, my shout out for the week is Glance and Spud, I believe their name is, but they're known as the Get With It, the Sports 52. Check them out. They're really good prognosticators. They make great picks. They make awesome picks. So they're a really good group to watch. If you want to see group videos, they're one of the good guys to look out to. So once again, check out as Glance and Spud. I believe that's how you say their names. Hey, if and known as Get With It, the Sports 52. So check them out. Hey guys, if I say your names wrong, I do apologize for that. So please forgive me. But hey, check them out. They're really good prognosticators anyway. They make great picks. So, first off, before I get to my top 10s, I forgot in my last video. Please vote for me for Video of the Year. I'm up for the nominating for the Geo Knows Awards for Video of the Year. I'm up for my Halloween edition. So I was Carver the Killer Clown. So please, I'll put that link down below as I continue on for my videos until the Geo Knows Awards finally arrives. So then I'll please vote for me. I will truly appreciate that. So please help me bring me home the Geo Knows Award. Please bring me home a Geo Knows Award this year. So if you vote for me, I truly appreciate that. So let's hope I bring back the Geo Knows Award. So, anyways. That's all for now. I'm going to start off with the top 10 Super Bowls of all time. Number 10, the 49ers and Ravens, Super Bowl 47. Now, this is an interesting Super Bowl one because this was the battle between the two brothers, the Harbaugh brothers, Jim and John Harbaugh. But it started off with John Harbaugh killing the 49ers. And by the time, between the third quarter, but by the time after the third quarter, midway through the third quarter, the lights went off, and most of the 49ers sideline, and they had a blackout, and it was known as the Blackout Bowl at that point. So, that was basically known for that. But other than that, but ever since they got the lights back on, it just flipped the switch to the 49ers, and they bounced back into getting back in the ball game, and it decided on a controversial call in the end. And up until that point, though, would be the beginning of the end for the 49ers, and in that point, that was Ray Lewis's last game, his last hurrah at that point. So he went out flying and started with being a Super Bowl champion, like every player dreams to be. So at that point, that was the big highlight for Ray Lewis's career. Then he went up going on ESPN at that point. But that was probably one of the best. It could have been one of the greatest comebacks of all time if the 49ers would have gone that point. Probably one of the greatest comebacks in Super Bowl history. But it didn't turn out to be that way, so it went out to Baltimore at that point. But I'm sure both of them, whoever won that game, would have been really hard to beat their own brother at that point. So that's number 10. Number 9, the Giants and the Patriots, Super Bowl 42. Yeah, I know you guys are going to put that at top 3, but I'm putting it at number 9 to say the least because I hate that Super Bowl. It brings me bad memories. In fact, sometimes I think I should be in the bottom of the barrel on that one, considering I'm a Patriots fan. Well, this game is both remembered to being unbeaten. The Patriots have been going to the unbeaten season that year, trying to match with the 72 Dolphins. And the Giants were one of the biggest underdogs at that point. And that's only known for the David Tyree catch. All because of that one catch. And they never got it. And the 49ers got it. Bring back the pain on that one. Bring back the pain. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you on that one. David Tyree. He ruined our perfect season for that. But anyway, after the catch, Plaxico burst for the game-winning touchdown. That would seal it for the Giants and one of the biggest upsets in Super Bowl history. I don't really have much nightmares about it now, but when we didn't up until Super Bowl 49, which that will be coming up. But anyways, I'm landing on number 9. That's the closest you're going to get to that meme because I'm a Patriots fan. All right, number 8. The Patriots and Rams, Super Bowl 36. Yep, this is the start of the Patriots dynasty at that point. With Tom Brady being the golden boy who he is now. So at that point, the Patriots were the underdog at that point. So I could say that's a better one because the Patriots were heavily underdogs in that one, more than the Giants were in Super Bowl 42. That's why I put that a little higher. So I put that one a little high because of it. But anyway, that was the one that the Patriots were shockingly beating the Rams in the first half, 14-3, with an interception by Ty Law and Brady to Patton's touchdown to make it 14-3 at halftime. But the Rams in the second half came back and won the game. And came back, not won the game, but came back and tied the game up at 17. And Tom Brady took them down the field and set the game-winning field goal. And that would conclude one of the biggest upsets in Super Bowl history. The top 3, like I mentioned, was Super Bowl 42. And another one I'll be talking about in a bit. But that was the start of the Tom Brady in the Bill Belichick era at that point. So Belichick came in 2000, but that Tom Brady kicked in 2001. That kick-started it all, where we are now. So who the Patriots are going to be. But I did not grow up. I remember watching that game when I was 12 years old. I remember that. It was our first championship since the Boston Celtics in 86 from bring back a championship in Boston. And at that point, the Patriots were going to win more Super Bowls than that, which I got more Patriots involved in the Super Bowl, which I'm a Patriots fan, so I'm going to stick with that. All right. Number 7. The Cowboys and the Steelers, Super Bowl 13. This is known for being Terry Bradshaw versus Roger Staubach in a quarterback duel at this point. This was going up back and forth game. It was a high-scoring game, though. It came down to the very end, when Roger Staubach, when he started to get his tight end, I forget who he was, but all I saw in those highlight reels on that one, then one of the radio announcers said, he's got to be the sickest man in America. And when he made that incomplete pass, if he would have caught that ball, Dallas would have won that game and they would have been Super Bowl champions. Who knows what Pittsburgh would have done then at that point in time. But the Steelers were the dominant team in the 70s. So were Dallas, too. But at that point, this was the start of the rivalry. I think it was 3 years later they met in the Super Bowl, but it wasn't a scoring game like that. But this one had to be remembered for being a back-and-forth duo, though. But this was, at that point, the Cowboys and the Steelers were the top rivalries in the AFC and NFC inter-conference rivalries at that point. That was the high rise of that. But other than that, though, this would... some people would put the Steelers in the map for that, but I don't really see it. I think it was the 74 season that did that, when they had that big draft class with Lynn Swann and I forget who were the other ones, but the other draft point. But at that point, though, that was one of the best Super Bowls in the 70s at that point. The Super Bowls that started to go downhill. They were most of them blowouts up until that point. But that was one of the big highlight reels on that one at that point in the 70s. One of the best Super Bowls in the 70s, I think. And number 6, 49ers and Bengals. Well, like I said for the Cowboys and Steelers in Super Bowl 13, most of the Super Bowls up until that point were all blowouts or getting close games and coming back from behind victories, like the Bengals did in this one, like the 49ers did with the Bengals in Super Bowl 16. But Super Bowl 16 is not on my list, but Super Bowl 23 is. And I'll tell you why. Cincinnati had that victory to get the 49ers in their second shot. They were ahead of the game, but Tim Conroy, one of the best defensive players, broke his leg, just like something like Joe Theismann was. You could see the bone coming out. It was wobbling like that. Oh my God. One of the nastiest injuries in Super Bowl history. And at that point, the Bengals weren't the same after that. When losing Tim Conroy at the time, it was like losing their quarterback, because he was the heart and soul of the defense at that point. I think pretty much he was one of the underrated guys in the 80s, though. Maybe of all time, right next to Bart Starr, though. Nobody seems to talk about him that much, how good of a player he was. But at that point, But at that point in time, though, the Cincinnati were really good in the 80s, though. So at that point, the Steelers were down in the 80s, and the Cincinnati Cleveland were the top team in the AFC Central. But at that point, that after Tim Conroy's injury, the Cincinnati was not the same defensive team after that. And if Tim Conroy played in that final drive in that game, in which I'll get to that drive, Cincinnati would have won the game. Probably would have won half it over Joe Montana and the 49ers, but instead Joe Montana went to the game-winning drive and gave it to his running back, and the 49ers scored in that play, make it 20-16, and that would conclude that Super Bowl. That was at that point, though, it was all mostly blowouts at that point. But I believe there was one close game, and that was the first Super Bowl that the Bengals and the 49ers met. But other than that, I do believe that this was one of their best games, the better game that they met in the Super Bowl. So, and they had Boomer Esiason on the offense, and they had Chris Collinsworth, who is now a commentator in the broadcast booth, which I can't stand him too. That's another topic I'll discuss with bad analysts. So, but anyways, look, that's number 6. I will give you my top 5 in a bit. And once again, big shout out to Glance and Spreads, and I believe that's how they say their names, known as the Get With It Sports 52, known as for one of my shout out for this video. And please vote for me for the Geo Knows Award. I'm up for Video of the Year. I put that link down below. It's for my Carver the Killer Clown video. I've put that link down below. And then a Geo Knows Awards too. Please vote for me. I would appreciate your vote on that one. I really, really appreciate that. But anyways, I'll be back with you for my top 5 Super Bowls of all time, and I'll continue from there.